plaintiff, Doretha Folden, says after she got married to the defendant, he cheated on her several times, and he even moved another woman into their home. Doretha is suing her ex today for an illegal eviction and emotional distress. Defendant Brian Folden insists he and Doretha were in an open relationship, and they often participated in threesomes together. Brian's countersuing his ex for stolen property.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Well, I met my ex-husband 26 years ago, and we was kicking it, just having fun. And my sons, I have 3 sons, they're not his. They actually thought that he was their father.
That's not their father?
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
But he was in my life that long, to the point where my sons thought that he was their father.
Okay, but they knew he wasn't.
Yes, after I sat them down and explained it to them.
Got it. All right.
Yes. So as fast forward in 2013, he asked me to marry him a couple of times, and I asked him, I said, well, if you're serious about marrying me, well...
Were you single up at that time?
Yes.
So you all had dated how long?
So when we first started, it was like 4 or 5 years, and then we got separated, or we departed.
How long did you date before you married?
We've been knowing not that long.
Okay,
not that long at all.
Just say you don't know.
Not that.
All right, just say you don't know.
No, I don't know.
You can't keep dates about
Yes.
you and your husband's 26-year relationship.
Yes,
I
sir.
understand. All right. Do you know how many years you all dated before you got married, like most people do?
We was off and on. She was more like a...
Yeah, you don't know either.
No,
all right. Let's go ahead. Well, how was the relationship?
In the beginning, it was fine, you know.
Off and on mean you add it all together.
Yeah.
All right.
You know.
Go ahead.
It was nice in the beginning, you know. He was a stand-up guy, and I figured that, he taught me and my sons. He helped us out, so I felt that, when he asked me to marry him, that I was all in.
All right.
So I asked him, I said, well, you want some time?
Do you know the date of that?
It was in...
year?
Yes, that was 2013.
Married. Huh?
The year that he asked me was 2013.
We
got married in
actually get married. You having a tough time
2014.
with the marriage thing? Pardon?
2014.
All right. 14, you were married. Okay. Yeah. And since 14, how did that go?
Well, in the beginning, it was fine until he decided he wanted to venture out and see other avenues as far as...
What year did that be?
2015, 2016.
Okay. How did you find out?
You know how women have intuition. And
how did your intuition become a fact?
Yes, I didn't catch him actually having marital affairs until 2017, 18. But 2019, it was more of upfront in my face.
And he admitted that in 15 he was doing it?
He didn't admit to anything.
Oh, okay.
He never admitted to anything.
All right.
Until he only admitted to it when he finally actually moved a female that has kids by him into the house.
You said, let me tell you how you just did me. He never admitted anything. He never admitted anything. He never admitted anything. The only time he admitted something.
2019.
Well, then that's not never, man.
That's at that time. You're right. You're right.
He did admit.
That's true.
All right. So, in 15, nothing really happened because it was an intuition.
Yes, sir.
So what year did you have facts?
2019.
2019. And how did you find that out?
He moved a female into the house.
Okay. And how did that, what did you say when you saw her clothes coming in?
Actually, she was just there herself. I came home from work and she was in my house.
She didn't wear clothes? She wore your clothes?
She had on clothes, but I didn't see any baggages coming in the house.
Say she moved in with you, ma'am, just because you weren't there when she walked in the door?
That's correct, sir. I was at work.
But how long after she walked in the door with her clothes did you see her and know that she had brought her clothes into your house with you and your husband?
2019. You want a date? I can't give you a specific date.
All right. Was it at night?
It was in the middle of the day, afternoon.
There you go.
It was an afternoon after I got off work around 4 or 5 o'clock.
That's when you determined
Yes, sir.
That's what I just asked you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So we know now that you found out the same day.
Yes, sir.
So did you say something to him or her the first day?
Yes, sir.
That she moved her things in?
Yes, sir.
And what did you say to him?
I asked him what's going on. He said she's only here temporary until she find a place to stay.
Did you ask who she was?
Yes, sir.
And what did he tell you?
He told me her name.
Told you her name. Did
Yes,
he
sir.
tell you any relationships with her?
Just nope. He didn't tell me anything.
He didn't,
like that,
and
no,
you
sir.
didn't mind. You didn't bother to further.
Yes, sir.
inquire?
Because I started asking her questions. I started talking to her. I wanted to know like what is going on, what's happening.
Why are you here? Why have you moved in my
To my-
house?
right.
Where do
She
you know
moved-
my husband from?
Yes, all that.
And what did she tell you?
They actually been messing around prior to her coming into the house.
And so then you said, "Oh, okay. As long as I know that, you can go ahead and stay."
You know.
What happened?
So I literally asked her to move out. I said, "You have to go. You have
That
to leave."
first day.
No, actually the week later.
What were you thinking for that week?
How the heck am I gonna get out?
Okay. So you were gonna let a woman run you out your own house? That's what
No, I was just gonna go ahead and just let it alone because if he been messing around with this female and I just now found about it when he moved into the house, so I'm like,
Why didn't you ask him to and the woman to leave?
I did. He didn't go nowhere. He wasn't gonna go nowhere.
And she wouldn't go anywhere?
She went because like he said, this is my house. I run the rules, and
Okay,
can't
that's what
nobody
he told
tell me what to do in my house.
You were his wife?
Pretty much. Yes, sir. I was his wife. Sorry. Yes, sir. I was his
Hear
wife.
from you, sir. Give me some background on this.
Well, my first mistake was marrying my side chick. We was together back in the 90s, but like I said, she was my side chick. I got incarcerated, and then when I got out, that's when we rekindled and get back together. I figured she was going to school, she wanted something, was headed in the right direction.
What year was that?
2013.
Did you come home
2013. That's
and
when I came home.
began an earnest attempt to have a relationship.
Right.
And
But
what happened?
we always had an open relationship. You know what I'm saying? It was always understood as long as you can do whatever you do, as long as you come home every night and you don't bring no mess home with you.
But you brought mess home.
No. Her story is
Said you
incorrect.
oh, okay. She knew that you were moving a woman in?
Yeah, I called her at work and asked her if it was all right. And she said, okay.
No.
That true?
No.
Okay, and when you say open relationship, does that mean you could date who you want? That's the extent of it?
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Go have sex with somebody and come home.
Okay, because some people open relationship also carries over to threesomes. And
Right. We had threesomes also. We went to.
that's why I was asking you.
Yeah.
I gotta pull this. I gotta pull everything out of
Yeah,
y'all.
like I said, we done
Don't
had
come in here
threesomes.
scared to admit what you've done.
I'm not.
Be who you've been.
Oh, no, I
What do you
just
mean,
ain't got a
I'm
chance
not. You act like you had no idea why you had a woman move in with you. Now I'm finding out you had an open relationship.
We did not.
true or
No, that's not true.
Be quiet and answer my question. Is it true
No.
that you all had an open relationship?
No, sir.
Okay, so do you have any evidence of this big determining factor?
Of it being an open relationship?
Yes, text, anything where you said, okay, you know we can see each other, you know we can see who we want. Any type of evidence, because she denies it wholeheartedly.
If you look at page 2 of the evidence, she stole my phone that had that. So
She what?
stole a phone from me that had the evidence that you're talking about.
This is a picture of a phone at a store.
I had an S9 that she stole from me once she moved out. She came back to my house.
Okay, and that's your counterclaim, obviously?
Yes.
Okay, and so your counterclaim is for the phone that has all the evidence on there indicating that you all had an open relationship.
Oh, it's more than that, you know. I can sit here and talk to you.
Yeah, you have to convince me of this.
I mean, it was-
You can't just say this stuff
Okay.
against your wife and she denies it and I'm just gonna let it go. Tell me about the first time you all determined you had an open relationship. What year was that and how did that discussion go? When was that?
Maybe 97, we had a threesome with one of her friends.
Did that happen?
Yes, sir. We wasn't married then either.
I didn't ask you earlier whether you were married. I asked if you had an open relationship. I didn't say while you were married. Now, go right ahead, sir. Give me some more evidence.
In
She
2019.
admits now that you had an open relationship as of 97.
Right.
All right, got that. And somehow, when did you change?
We got married, Your Honor.
And that's when you changed?
No, it was we already be changing before that. We got married. When he asked me to marry
Since
me.
marriage, you've never acknowledged or allowed him to date other women?
No, sir.
To your knowledge?
It ain't to my knowledge, no, sir, because when he asked me to marry him, I asked him, I said, well, if you marry me, I'm not getting a divorce.
Since 2014, have you done it?
We've had a couple threesomes since then. In 2019, she brought one of her friends home for a threesome.
In 2019?
2019.
That didn't happen?
No, sir, that did not happen. That's the 26-year-old female that he has kids by now. He had, like I said, brought her home.
No, we're not talking about
I know that. I'm about to give you.
I don't want to hear that.
Oh, okay. With the defendant,
I'm asking you, I don't want to hear what you're saying. I want you to answer my question.
Yes, sir.
And that is, did it happen in 2019
No,
that
sir.
you brought a woman home?
No, sir.
All right, so describe the circumstances. She denies that thoroughly again. She says you all haven't done anything like that since marriage. You say you have done it a few times, so much so that she brought the woman in 2019. Give me the circumstances surrounding that to convince me that that was true.
So in 2019, her friend, I guess her baby daddy or husband had passed away. And she felt sorry, so she said that she can come over, we can have threesomes with her.
To make her feel better.
To make her feel better.
Pity sex.
Yeah. You know, I wasn't gonna complain. 'Cause at the same time, that was the same time that she was talking about I moved my young girl in at the same time. So, you know, I was living the life. We was all there.
Did you have a friend whose husband died in 2019?
No, sir. I know a person, her baby daddy died in 2019. She was not my friend.
Okay.
And we did not have a threesome with that female that he is referring to.
I heard you say that before.
Because that's the truth. We did not have
I heard you say that before. Why are you shaking your head, rolling your eyes and all that? I have a very much a right. I won't go into it then. How about that? He's already convinced me that it happened. And since when I go back to you, you have an attitude. Now suddenly I know a person who did it, but she wasn't my friend. Got it. Prove the money to me.
Okay, so
how does he owe you $2,500?
When he threw me out the house.
When?
He threw me out the house in 2019 of July.
When did you all get divorced?
March the 30th of this year. 2019, he threw me out the house. He told me to basically get out the house. I had nowhere to go. He literally put me in the car, which he had purchased for me.
Why did he tell you he wanted you to leave?
Because of his young female that he had in the house along with the other female. So
along with the other female?
Yes, sir.
So he moved two in?
Yes. Well, I know about the one. I don't know about the other. I just knew about the one.
What
the
do you
next
mean?
door neighbor.
You just said the other female.
I'm sorry, sir. I had the question messed up. I'm going to say this. He moved the one female in, okay? And he moved the other female in, as far as I know, because he dropped me off in the car that he purchased for me.
Two.
He purchased for me, dropped me off over a friend's house.
You just said again that it was two.
Yes,
the
sir.
second one, he moved her in as far as I know.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to even give you a chance to keep saying this. Sir, what do you have to say? A counterclaim for stolen property. When was this property stolen?
After she moved out.
When?
July of 2000. No, 2019, July 2019.
All right. You just got divorced March 21st. Every single thing you're mentioning now happened while you were married. You should have mentioned it to that judge. That judge would have told you how to handle it. If you have not, you can go back and amend your divorce petition and ask them to include the things that you forgot to include last time. The illegal eviction, the money owed. How you going to owe each other money? It's both your money. Put your hand down. I don't need to hear no more of your confusion. Don't y'all freak off with all these other women and you won't be divorced. Have a good day.
You wrong as you know you wrong as you lied like
Lying.
you lying like Brian. You ain't sit up there and drop me off over some house
All
with
I'm
nothing.
saying is, y'all got some kind of mental
Without
health
nothing.
counselor around here because she need help.
You ain't throw me out the house. You ain't changed the locks on the door.
Hold on.
You ain't do none of that. You trying to
You
tell
just
yes
said-
or no? It's a simple yes or no. You ain't
I'm
do none
trying
of
to say
that.
something. You just said I dropped you off with the car I bought you, so I bought you a car and dropped you
No,
off.
I did not say
that.
that.
Don't
You
even make
lying
sense.
now.
You
I ain't
just
say
said
that. I know
that.
I did not. I said you didn't just drop me off for nothing. You ain't drop me off over
How
here
can
for
I
nothing.
drop you off if
changed
you
the
had
locks
your
on
own
the door
car?
so I couldn't get into my things
How
out the
can I
house.
drop you off if
Is
you
it a
got your
simple
own
yes
car?
or no?
No.
You lying.